Welcome back, Magic Tribe. This is our 13th episode of our Soulcast Sunday. It's a day of transformation. So today, what are we talking about? Well, expectations. And are you seeing them manifest for you? Our crazy timeline closing. How are those weird dreams? I know the husband and I are definitely seeing some crazy manifestations as we get ready to step into our most adventurous life experience yet. So stay tuned for that. I got a new deck as well, which I am loving. Hello, husband. I purchased the Moonology Oracle, and it is by Yasmin Boland, and the artwork is by Nyx Rowan. And I have to say, I'm completely in love with this. Hello, Angelfish. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. All right. So, I think we are going to kick off today with Divine Wisdom deck, as always, but I definitely will be pulling from this deck as well, but I'll probably do it last. All right. Where'd you go? Oh, it's hiding from me. Oh my goodness, I think I need to get a bigger box, guys. I'm up to 21 decks, and I'm running out of room. I'm going to have to get another tarot box. Oh my goodness. All right, I hear you, Source. Okay, these weirdly came out like this. Okay, so we're going to take this bottom one as a separate message and our opener for today, and then we'll get into the other cards. So we have the Wandering Path again, and it says, you always get what you create, don't you, Magic Family? And you are always creating. I do not make a judgment about the creations that you conjure. However, I simply empower you to conjure more and more and more and more. So, if you don't like what you've just created, choose again, right? Love it. And a message we've been getting a lot frequently, or more frequently lately. Okay, so these are our 4 cards, and we're going to go bottom from the top. So our first one is this lovely landscape. Love it. Sorry about the light. It says, within the realm of sublime relationships, nothing which exists has an opposite. All is one, and everything progresses from one to the other in a never-ending circle, right? So it's not really polarity as much as a way of showing you what you're creating by your vibration, okay? And our next card is a snowscape. I know they got lots of snow up in the mountains. It says, do not condemn, therefore, all that you would call bad in the world. Rather ask yourself, what about this have you judged bad? And what, if anything, you wish to do to change it, right? Because it just means that, in a way, you've sort of grabbed the wrong end of the stick. And you just need to change your vibration to the opposite of that in order to harness the opposite end of the stick, right? And I love this card. There we go. Now you can kind of see it a little better. It's like a little sunset. It says, go ahead and do what you really love to do. Do nothing else. You have so little time. How can you think of wasting a moment doing something for a living you don't like to do? What kind of living is that? That is not a living. That is a dying, right? So by constantly telling ourselves we have to do this and do that and do that and do all this other shit that doesn't make any fucking sense because, well, society tells us we have to, instead of us following our own dreams, even though they may not look like society's expectations. It's kind of time for all of us to take the expectations and tell them to take a flying leap, right? Yeah. Because we want this freedom, right? Yes. Because your biggest fear is that my biggest promise might be life's biggest lie. And so you create the biggest fantasy you can to defend yourself against this. You claim that any promise which gives you the power and guarantees you the love of God must be the false promise of the devil, right? It's too good to be true. That you can create your own reality, right? Somebody else is doing this to you instead. Because it's easier to foist blame onto someone else rather than to accept the responsibility of being the creator of your own existence. Harsh words, but you do come to me for the big T truth, right? And that's it. If you're stuck, it's because you're still not accepting responsibility for something and you're still foisting the blame for it onto someone else. And it's time to take responsibility for the fact that you can get up and walk away at any time. You always have another choice. And if you're saying I can't, that's really a cop-out for I don't want to. Just saying. So, let's pull out the Steampunk Tarot today. It's been a while since I pulled this out. And let's see if we can get a little bit of a clarifier for what our Divine Wisdom deck said. Ooh, there's a card right here. Ooh, I love this one. So, you get the Queen of Pentacles, right? And she is definitely the embodiment of the fact that we do create our own realities, right? Just her vibration alone tells you she knows exactly what she's worth, and she's not going to settle for anything less. Why are you? Hello, Bridget. Ooh. And we get 2 this time. All right. The 10 of Wands comes out with the Queen of Pentacles. This is struggle. This is us feeling like we have to take on the burdens of everything and walk through this dark night in order to get the things that we want. But what we really need to do is surrender that burden, right? And claim our victory instead. 6 of Wands. Claiming the victory over your life, right? Becoming the embodiment of this queen, male or female, it matters not. This is a feeling, a vibration, right? The bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords. So there may be a message coming through that may make things a little bit easier with the fact that it's giving you a piece of the puzzle that you didn't have before, right? The grand puzzle that we're all going through. Exactly, Bridget. All right, let's get a Universe Has Your Back card. About the Queen of Pentacles. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real, right? She is the embodiment of this because, well, it's what she believes, right? So where are you putting your faith? Let's get one for the Page of Swords. That's way too many. There we go. That's one right here. Happiness is your birthright, right? Maybe that is the message that this Page of Swords is representing. bringing you your birthright. Who knew it was happiness? Exactly, dear. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's our last two out of this deck. We get the universe works fast when I'm having fun. A reminder. So, are you sludging and trudging through the mud, trying to force things to go the way you want, or are you following the breadcrumb trail that your bliss is showing you? Because we are attracting the vibration, right? And how do we do that? By not holding, oh, it wasn't upside down. Just looks like it, sorry. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender, the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work, right? And the universe works fast when you're having fun. So I guess we just come back here every day and we just chant this to ourselves over and over and over and over and over again until we get it. Happiness is your birthright. The moment you embrace that, you can get the hell out of the way of the universe, and the universe will work that much faster because you're acknowledging the fact that you deserve whatever's coming and you're not shoving it away to somewhere else, right? Hello, Violet Melon. So, the bottom of the deck. There's a stream of love supporting my dreams. But are you in the flow of it or not? Very simple question. One that also has a very simple answer if you're not overcomplicating it like we do everything else. Let's get an Earth Magic card. See how we can ground this into our lives a little bit more. That's a card. And we get the Lotus Flower Unfoldment. Ooh, it has been a while since this card came out. And I think it started coming out about this time last year, wasn't it? Closing cycles. Let's see what Stephen D. Farmer has to say. And it is on page 92. So we have our 11. So, the lotus flower. The lotus flower sits upon one of its leaves, having risen to the surface as the sun, held in the hand of God, invites it upward to the light. This unique plant is rooted in the mud and muck at the bottom of a body of water, its stem reaching up to the surface, where the leaves rest quietly. At night, the flower closes and sinks below the surface, only to rise with the daylight and once again gradually unfold its petals, its stem extending above the water line 3 feet or more. What we learn from this amazing plant is how our own spiritual path unfolds and opens to the light, then at times gently folds in on itself for a proper rest when the daylight fades. This period is just as necessary as the growth, for it allows the plant to integrate what it has gained in nourishment during the day. It's also just as important that it is rooted, and it is yet another miracle of nature that something so exquisitely beautiful is formed from the mud and silt at the water's bottom. Your spiritual unfoldment is occurring at all times, whether or not you are aware of it. It is inevitable as long as you put your trust in the hands of the Creator, the one who holds the light. Like the lotus, your soul is always reaching for the light to fulfill its karmic destiny. But even in that process, there are periods of darkness and times to rest. It is a natural cycle, one that cannot truly be coerced or halted. It has an innate rhythm of its own, one that is unique to the being that is you. You do not need to strive or be driven by spiritual ambition. It does no good to try to force growth upon yourself or others, for that matter. Allowing is the key here. Allow the place in you that naturally wants to follow the light to do so, while recognizing that even when you have complete faith, you will face challenges and occasionally suffering. Your steady faith and love will guide you on your journey of returning to the light, if you let it, right? In the unfoldment, there is the greatest beauty of all, the process. And the knowledge you did it on your own, right? So in the acceptance of the fact that you're the reason that you are where you are, good or not so good, just gives you the knowledge that you can create something else, something that works. And you're not stuck with the thing that doesn't. That is part of the illusion, right? That if we give up something, nothing is going to take its place. The reality is, if we can give up that one thing that doesn't work, something better is always going to take its place. But in the letting go is the difficulty, right? So, let's see. Let's pull from the Affirmators Love and Family deck, seeing as how we are going into Christmas holiday week. There's our cards right here. We get Loving Words. Ooh, I like this card. And Paying Attention. So, the key to getting through this week, everyone, in the most loving way possible, is by using loving words. Because we can think of something kind to say about any and all of our relatives, and we dole those loving words out left and right. From what a nice dress to what a courageous musical taste. I'm sharing them freely. If I don't, I'm depriving people of hearing nice compliments. And also, I might not get as good a gift from them this year. Paying Attention says we are also going to turn our attention to the people around us. And we're going to try our best to give them what they need. If they need our help, we're going to jump right on in. And if they need space, we're going to willingly and ever so supportively go away for a while. Which, come to think of it, will make it hard to keep my attention on them. How much do spy cameras cost? Cute. The bottom of the Love and Family deck is Authentic Self is going to be the key to everything. It usually is, though, right? So, our bonus card out of the family deck is This is the boost of confidence, conviction, and courage you need to be your true, authentic self around your relatives. You don't need to start any battles, but you also don't need to hide your light around the people who supposedly know you the best. So stop playing the role you think they want to see, and let them fall in love with the you were always meant to be. And if you miss the constant performance, you can always suggest a game of eternal, all-consuming charades. Although, I think you should leave the charades at home where they belong. All right. From the Love and Relationships deck, get humility. Humbleness does get us very far sometimes. So we are going to take a deep breath and release all of our desire to be right. Without right, what's left? A soft and pliable version of you that's willing to make mistakes, hear other people's opinions, and try doing stuff a different way. In other words, you get to take a pretty sweet, all-inclusive brain vacation, right? That brain looks like it's having a pretty sweet vacation to me. Otherwise, if you don't take on this dance of humility, sometimes it's foisted upon you, and nobody wants to eat humble pie for Christmas, right? So, rest, my friends. Rest in humility for our love relationships. I like it. So, we're going to take a step away from our stress and then take a deep breath and then a crankiness killing nap. When we get the rest that we need, we instantly become a better version of ourselves, able to navigate complex relationships in a single bound. And when we don't, we're not, which means we shouldn't, but we try to anyway, and then we can't, and it doesn't, but we did, so it wasn't, right? Good night. We all know a time in our lives where we have been the embodiment of that, right? Okay, affirmators black, our overall message from our little cosmic rabbit and unicorn. Ooh. That is way too many. We're not reading half the deck. Okay, maybe we're going to read half the deck. We got nothing but time, right? This just handed this pile to me twice, so I'm just going to go with it. So, card number 1, engagement. Today, we're going to make the conscious choice to engage with the world in an active way. We're going to take a new route and talk to strangers. We're going to smell flowers and pet dogs and maybe walk around barefoot for a while, if you're not inside a 7-Eleven, of course. At the very least, we're going to have a day that's slightly more interesting than average, and at the most, we're going to have a startling epiphany or make a friend who will change our life forever. No pressure, right, guys? But I dare you. Next, no need to do goes with our rest card. You are exactly where you need to be, exactly when you need to be, and there's nothing more you need to do. I mean, yeah, there's always going to be a pile of laundry and taxes, but in terms of your life's path, you don't need to do anything because you're already here. So take a deep breath, relax, throw in a load of laundry, and get centered, right? Our favorite ad lib. When it gets to be too much, whatever it is, I close my eyes and return to my center. In my center, I have the wisdom and tranquility of a rabbit holding a unicorn floating through space on a rainbow. Right? Indeed. Because we have patience. Our first bonus card. Congratulations, Magic Family. You've been granted even more patience. You can start using it right away, or much, much later. But waiting a long time is sort of an option now afforded to you by greater patience, right? Can you believe it? Look at this. You're still listening and you haven't started getting annoyed yet. Imagine how this patience will transform your life. Imagine how easy it will be to go to the post office and mail that package. And bonus card number 2. Nature. We need some grounding. It's time to unleash your inner hippie, Magic Family, and step outside of that man-made box. Take a walk in the woods, Smell those flowers and hug some trees. You might think you're being ironic, like, look at me, I'm being all tree huggery and stuff. But you'll find that even then, those trees will hug you back. Because trees come from a time before irony, and their earnestness is impervious to our jaded humor. And if that doesn't make you want to hug them even more, well, I guess you must be a robot. Because you're worth it. All of it. You are worthy of the ultimate happiness. You deserve it, and you're going to accept it. And damn it, you're not going to feel guilty about it when you get it, because guilt is not invited to our happiness party. We're not even going to tell him where it is. And if he asks about it, we'll be like, no, I think you're thinking of something else. And we're going to run away really fast. Because we know we have options. A sea of them. A never-ending, free-flowing stream of options. And as we open to the abundant possibilities of our life's path, we're reminded that we always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet, and we allow ourselves to choose whatever makes us happiest, without limiting thoughts like you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. Because why the fuck not? If you like it, that's all that matters, right? And everybody else can stick their opinion up their ass. Because that's where it belongs. Right? Because everyone's a teacher. Everyone you cross paths with is a teacher in that moment. And the ones that give you the fun lessons are the ones that you call your friends. And the ones who give you the hard lessons, you sometimes call assholes. But they've chosen a tough job. Somebody has to do it. So today, we are going to thank all the assholes in our lives. Thank you, assholes, for playing your part and making all of us better people. Because if you didn't have an example of what doesn't work, how would you know you're on the right path to what does? Let's get a Moonology card for this week. And we get nothing will come of this situation. The voided course moon. So, if you were asking a question, there's part of your answer. Let's see what else is. We're going to take 3, though, so let's see what else it gives us. Oh, there's the other one. This may be a 3-parter, so we have to look at all the cards first. We get the answers you need are coming, and meditate and contemplate. So, the full moon in Gemini, and then we have the new moon in Pisces. I'm not sure when the next new moon in Pisces is, but we just had the full moon in Gemini on 12/12, wasn't it? And we have all been the asshole for others as well. Some of us just choose that option more often than others. So the answers are inside, right? Go within or go without. It's a pretty plain message from the moon cards. But something may be approaching when this next new moon in Pisces is. I'm not quite sure when that is. I'm going to have to look it up now. But between this last full moon and the time of the new moon in Pisces, we could definitely be seeing some bigger shifts. But as of right now, nothing is going to be immediately coming forth from the situation. But we need to just remember that we always have options, right? Okay. So, where'd I put it? Bottom of the Moonology deck has a question for us. What do you need to release during the next waning moon period, right? Which I believe is right now. So between now and, well, shoot, the next new moon is on the 25th if you're on the West Coast, the 26th if you're on the East Coast. So you have a very few short days before this Christmas dark moon to kind of get your shit together and figure out what it is that you need to get rid of. For a lot of us, it's our anger, pain, sadness, guilt over things that can't be changed. Living too much in the past has also been a really big pattern. And the more you focus on those things, the more you call them into your reality now. So we need to just remember that the answers that we need are coming. And the more we can concentrate on that and surrender to a trusting universe, the more that's mirrored back to us and will continue to be mirrored back to us. So I think that's going to be a pretty big component of how we need to get through this coming week. I will still be live streaming every day, except for Monday, of course. Tomorrow is my day off, and we are going to pick up our Princess Pickles at the airport tonight. So this magic mom is going to be negotiating the madhouse of SeaTac today. Wish me luck, everyone. So me and the magic dad are off to pick up our littlest. And I am wishing all of you the best Sunday. And I hope you take a nice, restful Magic Mom's Day tomorrow. And Magic Dad's Day. And get to the bottom of what it is that you need to release. Even if it's just that bunch of junk that you left in the closet that you haven't wanted to deal with for the last 3 years. Do it. And there might be something in there that you forgot about. Like, I don't know, maybe you'll find $50 in a pocket of a pair of jeans or something that's in the bottom of your closet you didn't know about. Who knows? The universe has a funny way of rewarding us for clearing out our closets. Figurative and actual. So, I love you all. Be good. Be good to yourselves. And most of all, be good to each other. And that's it for the momming. I love you all. Remember, you are safe, loved, and protected always, in all ways. Just make the decision to choose love instead of fear. And it won't lead you astray. Merry holiday, whatever week it is you're celebrating this week. I know I'm with all of you. Bye now.